Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy M.K.S here, back in another video. Hope you're well wherever you are. A while back, I talked about whether the secret or law of attraction, which I think really is just another way of saying a self-fulfilling prophecy, to put it simple, actually works. Like people say, if you focus on something negative, that's most likely to happen. And if you focus on something positive, that's more likely to happen, or most likely to happen, or whatnot. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. And I was talking about, as a fan of Italian football and Celtic, um, in this case, Italian football. Back in '92, Denmark didn't qualify for the Euros. For some reason, I always want to put that in speech marks. I don't know why. But they went on to win it because I think it was Serbia got kicked out. And so I was thinking, what if that happened for Italy, but at the World Cup? Although I think now they've all arrived at Qatar, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, the World Cup actually starts tomorrow. I was thinking that it would be quite cool. I know I should be careful what I say, but sorry to anyone from Iran or Serbia, but I thought for political reasons, it would be for political reasons. I know I have a habit of putting things in speech marks, but it would be quite interesting if, yeah, I know when I'm speaking, I probably don't need to do that anyway, or even when I'm writing. But anyway, it would be quite interesting, I think, if the same thing happened, what happened 30 years ago, but this time, instead of being at the Euros, it happened at the World Cup. So, yeah, I thought if Iran and or Serbia got kicked out because of political reasons, either because they sided with Russia or for women's rights or whatever, and Italy took their place and somehow went on to win it, just like say Denmark did with the Euros. So I got to admit, it is hard for me to actually picture it or imagine it as, and if it did ever happen, or if it did happen, obviously it would have to happen this year, unless somehow the World Cup got delayed or something like that. It would. I should be very happy with it if it did happen, although it would feel a bit dirty, I suppose, in a way, for want of a better term. In other words, it would feel like it was not the way teams normally win. Obviously, you normally have to qualify, and if a team had to get kicked out for us to get through, given the fact as well that we didn't actually qualify, so arguably we weren't good enough to qualify, I think it would be arguably something that you could say we didn't deserve. And I wonder whether maybe that's a Q&A I should ask, if I should stop doing like the speech mark things. But anyway, especially when I say we or us for a team I support, because it probably sounds like I don't really support that team. But as you can probably tell, I am a big fan of Italian football, win, lose or draw. But obviously, I'd rather win. But yeah, I think it's something I should appreciate if it did somehow happen. But perhaps it really is a pipe. Well, I say perhaps it's most likely is a pipe dream, but it would be pretty awesome, as I say, if it happened. Yeah, it would be almost exactly 30 years since Denmark did that at the Euros, and also almost exactly 40. And also it would be 40 years almost exactly. Well, 40 years to the year, not to the month or the day, much less the day. But I hope that made sense. But basically, 40 years ago, Italy also won the World Cup. But yeah, so I think it'd be pretty awesome. But yeah, I thought I'd share this arguably pipe dream, or most likely pipe dream. But yeah, to see if the secret or law of attraction or self-fulfilling prophecy actually works. But yeah, I can't think of much else to say. I think I covered everything for this video. But yeah, I'd love to know what you think about my thoughts or my imagination. Do you think it's a bit selfish of me to want that to happen? I suppose many fans would probably want their team to win. I hope they'll win within the rules of the game, but I suppose you could say technically it would be a rule that's sort of been changed. But maybe it could prevent wars in the future, because if teams know they could get kicked out of competitions, although taking other countries' resources could be more profitable for them, which might be something that most countries would care about more. But it would be pretty awesome if it stopped wars, like if Italy was military neutral, and as a reward were never banned from competitions, and also like ensured that Italy always obeyed international law. Even though I only support Italy for football, I think it'd be pretty cool if they did always obey international law. Then something like that couldn't happen to Italy, hopefully. But yeah, I'd love to hear what you think. Like, if that happened, do you think it would be very unfair do you think it could be send a message to countries not to go to war, or to flout human rights, or do so, or do things like that against international laws? Or do you, yeah, or basically, or do you, I'd say, do you think both of those things, I suppose, could be true? And it could be like, you might say, it's still a bit unfair, but it's also something that could prevent countries from flouting international laws and or going to war, or things like that. And another thing I wanted to say, and I probably would have made a video about it on Friday if I got around to it, was I'd love to hear about, maybe hopefully next Friday, I'll talk about like how it'd be cool, I think, if FIFA, who runs football, of course, gave more of a voice to fans about like things like where the World Cup should be hosted, how it should be run, how football should be run, how to tackle corruption, fans sharing their ideas, and also like if FIFA tries to make, or football clubs generally, or football teams like the Super League, or like apparently how they're trying to change the rules of the game, or yeah, things like that, and also like even how VAR is run, or how they're trying to change, like, yeah, apparently they're trying to, like, they were considering or flirting with the idea of having like three instead of two halves, like having three well, I suppose it wouldn't be halves if it was three, but yeah, three sort of halves or whatever, and they're trying to sort of Americanize the game. A lot of fans from the UK were saying, I don't know if that's true or just a rumor or whatever, but they were discussing that. So I wonder if it would be cool to have like football fans ourselves collectively, as many of us as possible, like having a voice, and that sort of thing. Yeah, I'd love to hear what you think and any ideas you have or suggestions, and how you think I covered the video, and whether, I hope I made sense. And I'd love to hear your thoughts generally. And I'm out. Peace and love.